Nice Games Club is still on break as your nice hosts are hard at work on Widget Satchel, coming to PC and consoles in 2019.
But we'll be back with new episodes on January 15th, starting with our annual Nicest Games of the Year episode. In the meantime, enjoy this nice replay.
This is episode 105, Nice Games Jam. Haha! It's the first of a new kind of episode that we started, but we haven't done a second one yet.
Yeah, and we think we'll be doing more of these in 2019, so we thought we'd give a refresher.
Yeah, it's we spend an hour basically just doing a game jam.
It was really fun.
It was so much fun. So you can hear us like brainstorming, coming up with it, and like lots of sound effects as we roll die and move props around.
So if you're into that sort of thing,
be nice and have a listen. Gonna do it, guys.
Yeah, this will be a game.
All right, so the premise here, it's a brand new idea for the show, is, as I said at the top, we got materials here, prototyping materials, thanks to Glitch. Got some pens, paper, we got little trinkets, we got dice, we got cards, we got a bunch of stuff. We're going to try to come up with something. We've been given a prompt, right, Martha?
Yeah, so we called up my boyfriend Dylan and was like, what sort of game should we make? And he said, a real-time card game.
Yes. And his original idea, he said to us, is he wanted a real-time card game for PC, which is really interesting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because that's not something that really exists, right? There are certainly card games. But we decided for this format, we're going to try to do something that we can actually write the rules down that you, the listener, can play. So sorry, Dylan, we didn't take your whole idea, but we took most of it, and we're really excited about it.
Yeah. Apparently this is a whole genre of things, like a real-time card games.
Yeah, maybe let's sort of just introduce the idea before we come up with our own iteration.
So, you've played turn-based card games like Yu-Gi-Oh! It's the only thing I can come up with right now.
Or Crazy Eights.
I was also thinking like poker.
Right. All turn-based. Yes. But a real-time card
Go
game.
Fish.
Goodness sake. Okay. But a real-time card game, for example, could be like slapjack stuff or spoons, if you've played any of those.
Or Canfield.
Describe those, because I don't know what any of those are.
Oh, okay. Well, spoons is you basically just pass cards around until you can make a match of 4, and then you grab a spoon in the center of the table.
Okay.
And there's only enough for everybody -1.
Oh, okay.
So the person who doesn't get it gets eliminated.
Sure.
Once somebody grabs a spoon, everybody can grab spoons.
Okay.
My brother and his friends got so into spoons at his high school that they formed a spoons club, and they did like ultimate spoons where people would hide the spoons everywhere, and you'd have to, if you once you got a match of 4, you had to go like search for a spoon.
What the heck?
It's pretty great.
That's insane.
Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Canfield is the game that my family plays that no one else knows, but it's multiplayer solitaire where you put your aces out on the table for everyone to play on, and then you have a little instead of having like 7 cards across for your playing cards, you have 4 cards across, and then a pile of 13 cards, which is your Canfield pile. And once someone gets it down to 0, they yell Canfield, and then everyone has to stop, and then you count up the amount of cards you got out onto the field, and then minus out however many cards you had left on your Canfield, and whoever gets 100 points first wins.
Okay.
And it's very intense, and everyone yells. It has an alternate name, which I can't say because we're not an explicit podcast.
Okay, well, I know that some of the challenges of a game like this are the physicality.
Yes.
Right? How do you maintain like rules consistency? Because they tend to devolve into yelling at each other.
Yeah.
Because because they're simple, but then there's the real world you and the table you're around and all of that stuff.
Right.
So we could either address that or we could just not worry about that.
I mean, let's not worry about it.
Okay, sounds great. Okay, so where should we start?
Yeah, I mean, we could start with like a game that we already know and then tweak that, or we could come up with something completely original.
I want to do a completely original.
Okay.
One, because I think we'll have a harder time.
That's true.
And, well, also, I don't know a lot of these games. So.
Fair enough.
Could we include the toad in some way?
Yes. Stephen, you want to explain this toad?
Yes, I went to PAX and bought both Mark and Martha toads.
Little plush toads.
Yeah, I got Mark a Captain Toad.
Captain Toad, time for adventure.
Oh, goodness. And I got Martha a yellow toad.
Yellow Toad is just as cool as Captain Toad and goes on just as many adventures.
Yes. The thing about Yellow Toad is he can jump.
That's true.
Captain Toad can't do that.
Yep.
I have leg strength.
Yeah. So I went to Fags and I got them stuff, and they really like it, and I'm really happy.
And Martha Stode is here with
Yes.
us in the clubhouse, warming our day. So
Right.
we'll see if we can make use of him as a prop.
Yeah.
Maybe like spoons, whoever gets a certain amount grabs the toad.
Okay, that's good.
Sure.
It's like there's a thing in the middle that's the prize.
Yeah.
And once you get the condition, you can claim the prize.
Okay.
And it has to be large enough for you to grab with your fist rather than like, okay, so that's good. I like that. So you're
Yes.
a little plush of any kind, stuffed animal or something, right?
Toad required.
Ideally a toad, yeah.
Of course.
If you can swing it. If you can get Steven to get you one from the Nintendo gift shop.
Yeah. Right. Okay, so we got these cards. Well, how do cards work, y'all? We got 13 of each suit.
Yes. So it's not a trick deck is what you're saying.
Yes, I'm assuming so. I just grabbed these from.
We don't actually know.
I didn't count them or anything.
Okay.
My dad really likes to play this game called Pinochle that has like weird decks that only have the top cards of a suit
Yeah.
over and over again. And so there were a lot of those decks around the house, and
Yeah.
it was always a crapshoot whether you picked whatever cards you picked up were a regular deck or, oh man, these are one of Dad's decks.
That's pretty great.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, hey, let's use that. So maybe every player gets a hand, but not all the hands are good,
Okay.
right? And you need to somehow change what's in your hand to be like a normal something. And like maybe there's one odd person out or something who has like the bum hand or something.
Oh, and you
like
need
that.
to trade it. That's like Pit. Pit is like another real time.
Yeah.
That's kind of like that. A
Mhm.
little
Oh,
bit like
yeah.
that. Yeah, you gotta like trade stuff, and there's the bear and the bull is bad. Which one's good in the stock market?
Well, the bear
Is
is
the-
bad. Yeah.
Okay, so the bear is the bad one.
Mhm.
So yeah, if you have the bear, you lose points. We can do that.
Like
We
each
have a
card in
Joker
your
here?
hand has a score. Some are positive, some are negative, and
Yeah.
you need some homeostasis or something to.
Yes, we have Joker.
Okay.
One Joker. That's not a Joker.
Mhm.
Still not a Joker.
Should we somehow make it Mario themed?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, it couldn't hurt.
We'll sell it to Nintendo.
Yeah, I'm now imagining future licensing opportunities. Like,
Yeah. They're not in the business of selling cards anymore anyway.
yeah.
I mean, they still do sell them.
Oh, these don't have different colors though. I was hoping they'd have different colors.
The Jokers?
Jokers, yeah.
Oh, yeah. A lot of
Because one
times
of
they'll
them
get
could-
two Jokers and one will be a little different than the other.
Right. One could have been good, one could have been bad.
But we don't have that.
Well, this limitation.
Okay, well, now, I mean, we're based on materials. There are two Jokers.
Yes.
Maybe the goal is to have both Jokers,
Okay.
right?
I like it.
And so, but there needs to be some condition in which you get, if you have a Joker, that you give it up,
Okay.
Oh,
right? Like some reason you would give it up in order to
Oh.
ultimately win.
So maybe there's some other condition where you can grab Toad or your stuffed animal.
Okay.
And then if you have Toad, then you can point at someone and say, give me your Jokers or something. And then you have to put Toad back at the middle.
Oh, so Toad is a tool, not the prize.
Yeah.
I like that. That's pretty good.
Oh, okay. Okay. I kind of like this. And then
That works as then only one person can do it at a time. Even
Yes.
if, yeah, that makes the real time thing interesting. It's who can grab. Yeah.
Mark, I have the talking Toad right now. What? Okay, so yeah. Well, what if there was a punishment if you asked somebody to take the Joker and they didn't have a Joker? Did they get
Oh, that's
punished?
good. I think maybe you lose your whole hand or something. You have to start over.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. I'm trying to write this down and talk at the same time.
Yeah.
It's not working. Okay.
So what would be the condition that you can get Toad? And do we want something other than Jokers so that there's more of them? Like, do you have to? Because what if you just?
Well, I guess it depends. Like if you distribute the entire deck amongst all the players, then someone's going to have the Jokers, and so that maybe the deck is only 20 cards and not all 52 or something. And so someone always has the Joker, one or both, and so maybe grabbing the Toad is just a risk assessment.
Okay.
And so some games could devolve into people constantly asking each other for the Toad.
Yeah. Oh, you said there's a variable amount of Jokers. I missed.
No. Like you could say, instead of saying it could be a case where the Jokers are always in somebody's hand,
Okay.
and then the goal is to determine whose hand they're in.
Right.
Maybe.
Oh, and you got to be. Where's the real time strategy coming at this though, y'all?
I mean, you
Yeah,
can
there
grab
has to be something that we're constantly doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
What if-
like this passing mechanic in Spoons.
Mhm.
Uh huh.
But what were you going to say, Steve?
Well, I mean, what if no, I don't. Well, scope creep. I don't know, but like if all of the cards have abilities, that seems complicated.
Yeah, it does seem complicated because then we have to decide what they are.
Yes,
because we only have this show to do this.
Right.
Maybe you have a certain amount of cards in your hand, and you can give one up at any time to any player, and they have to take it. But if you have it, then before you could do anything else, you have to give one up. So you can sit and think for a moment, but it behooves you to just keep it moving or something.
Okay.
No?
Not sure.
So what are the other? So we have to make the other cards worth having,
Right.
Because no one would ever give up the Joker if they had it.
Right.
You know, if you need 2 to win.
Right, but that's where the toad comes in, right? Where
But
Also, you only need 2 of the Jokers.
that's what I'm saying. Like maybe it should be something like a spoons thing. Like you have to get 4 of a kind or something.
Or it could be E. Oh.
well, wait a minute. What if you have to form 4 of a kind or some poker hand or some equivalent combination plus the 2 jokers? And so the idea is that, but if you have what you need, but you're 1 joker short, then you'll have an extra card you can give up. And so you watch the other players, and if they're giving up the same card they get each time, you know they have a joker.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah. That sounds kind of like Pit.
So it's about you have to watch the other players, and that's when you grab the toad and say, "Give me your joker."
Sure.
How can you? So there has to be some mechanism to stop people from just grabbing the toad and interrogating everybody. So there has to be some cost for grabbing the toad.
Right. Also, when you get someone else's joker, then everyone knows you have it.
Right.
Right.
So there's maybe a timeout or something. Like maybe there's a certain point.
Do we have a timer here?
But then at the same point, the reason then if you're going to have the joker until then, you're just waiting it out, I suppose. Maybe that's the thing, is that you have to see if you can complete the thing by then before someone takes it from you.
Okay. Dang it! It's hard to listen and type at the same time. Okay. So where we're at now is the goal is to get the jokers plus a 4 of a kind. Correct?
Something, yeah.
Something like that. Okay. And you pass cards around for reasons?
Maybe. I mean, my suggestion didn't seem to light you guys on fire.
I missed it.
Just the idea that you have to have a certain number of cards in your hand, no more, no less.
Oh, yeah.
And if you have more, you have to give it up.
Okay.
And so before you could say do anything else.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the anything else is.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. That doesn't really hang together completely.
What if you have to give up 2 cards to the discard? No, because it's passed around to everybody. You have to give up 2 cards to have the toad?
Like the toad has a cost.
Yeah.
How about you get the discard? Because that could be somebody's 4 of a kind, which I guess is fine.
Yeah, maybe that's let's just start off with just poker hands then, and using the same ranking.
Okay.
So, but you want a high ranking. So when you have let's say you have the 2 jokers, and your hand, you can then declare the game over. But you might not have the best hand.
Oh, I see.
Right?
And then you add up the points of everybody's hands, and then write that down, and then you have to get to a certain amount.
Something like that. So you like, I have a high pair, which is a low hand, but it's still a successful hand.
Yeah.
I'm gonna and the 2 jokers. I could declare this round over, but what if someone has 3 of a kind?
Oh, okay.
Right?
Do the jokers count as a pair?
I don't think so, because you need them, right?
Yeah.
So if you have the 2 jokers and nothing else, then you have a pair.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess
and that's the
fine.
highest the joker can give you. I guess the joker can also give you what's the 3 and a 2? That's the thing, isn't it? The 3, if you get 3 of a kind and 2 of a kind, that's the thing.
Oh, full house.
Full house. That's what it is. You could also get a full house.
Yeah, that's right.
That's hard.
Yeah, but let's say we could also say that a pair of jokers is the lowest pair, so that if someone has a pair of anything else, they beat you.
Okay, so you need something.
So it's like if you just want the game to be over and you have the 2 jokers, you can just say so, but you're probably not going to win.
Okay, so you have 5 cards. Okay.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it might not even be a multi-round thing. It's just like whoever wins that round.
Yeah, that could be just it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be fun to do like 3-5 rounds or just 1 round and call that the game. And they could also be flexible. It could be whatever you have patience for that evening. Right?
That's true. That's true.
And I think your hand should be more than five cards.
Oh.
Because then you can make a hand out of what you've got.
Oh, okay.
I think that's my instinct right now, but that might not matter.
My instinct was thinking just because it would be simpler to just have 5 cards.
Okay.
And the joker, if you have the jokers and you end the game, then your default is pair of 2s.
Okay. Okay. I like.
And
Yeah,
you
that's
could
fine.
make it higher than that if you had 2 pairs or you had a full house.
Okay.
But if you have the Joker and you end the game, you'll have less. Other people can have a better hand than you because they can have a flush or something.
They're more likely.
So if you have the 2 Jokers, you want to end it early, I guess, right? So that people can't prepare their hands.
Because if someone had like, I've got all the.
Oh yeah, if you get it right away, then sure. Huh.
Yeah.
Because the strategy could be to not try to get the Jokers and just try to get the highest
Right.
hand, because you can get a higher hand than 2 pairs and a pair and something, whatever else.
Exactly. And so I think there's a back and forth between that. One player might be trying to get the best hand possible, while another player might be trying to end the game more quickly because they started with 2 pairs or something.
Okay.
What happens if people get all of the, like, they're really good hand, but no one wants to get the Jokers?
I guess you don't know if people have a good hand or not. If everybody wants to do that.
Well, how about this? There's something about discarding cards, right?
Yeah.
The game just is over once all the cards that are not in your hand are discarded.
Okay.
So so instead of passing to other players, you could just draw cards or something.
How would you? Because you got to be cycling the cards.
Yeah.
Yes. You could pass it around like spoons. Just take one and you pass that card around. That could work.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I missed how does the toad fall into play now? Game design.
So you grab the toad.
Yes.
To ask someone for the Joker.
Okay.
If they have a Joker.
Right.
And then you have to trade. There has to be some sort of cost. Maybe you have to trade them a card for the Joker.
I mean, if you use the toads, you can. Well, if you discard 2 cards and then just draw 2 new cards, then you lose your hand.
Yeah.
But if you have a bad hand, then that's okay. I guess. So then you would use it if you have a bad hand. So the toad is like a crutch, I guess.
Right. So you use it to get the Jokers if you want them.
Yes.
Or to dump your hand. But what happens if someone has the Jokers and you wanted to dump your hand? Well, now you just have the Jokers. So there's risk on either side of that intention.
Right.
So that works, right?
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. You can try it.
Okay. So then we're still missing
the cycling.
Is how cards get in and out of your hand.
Right. Yes. Okay.
Because like drawing them is something, but then if everyone can just draw cards whenever, then they're just going to all be vacuumed up really quickly. Yes. Or someone who's quicker will just get all the cards.
Mm-hmm. Well, if we do it the spoons route, then you just draw a card and you just give it to the next person when you're done. Or when you're done cycling your stuff and picking which card you want to keep.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
And then they draw a card
to the next person.
Okay. But wait, when do they draw a card?
They don't.
They don't.
You just get whatever card they didn't want. I don't know if that's great.
Because that just turn based, then, isn't it?
I mean, it's turn based as spoons is.
Okay. I still like the idea of in order to keep it real time but still balanced.
Yes.
That you just react to what other people do.
Sure.
So if they give you a card, then you now have to do something with it.
Yeah.
Right. But they can give it to you at any time. You could also give a card to anyone at any time.
And it doesn't have to be in order. You could just be like, here, have this card. Here, have this card.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way, how do you get cards if no one gives them to you?
You draw a card? No? Yes?
Yeah, but maybe there's some other mechanic for that, so you can't just continue to draw cards.
Well, you can draw a card if no one's giving one to you at any time, but you can only have 5 in your hand at a time.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you give me a card, then I have to do something with that card. I don't get to draw a card. You can disable a person's abilities to do things until they get rid of that card.
Yeah.
Then they can give that to somebody else, the card they don't want. Messing them up, I think. But if you're just passing the same card around, then you're just shuffling each of your hands.
Well, how about this? How about instead of strictly real time, it's we all decide what we're going to do and then reveal. And I say, I'm going to say, I want to draw a card. But someone says, no, I'm going to give you a card. Then I can't draw the card.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But it all happens. It all resolves at the same time.
Yeah.
I guess that's not real time, but it sort of has the spirit of it. Can we bend the rules? Not that much.
Baby, I I feel like there's a way for it to be like you're constantly grabbing ones and putting them down.
I guess I'm just
it could be there's that game where you have to like pick up like there's hands that aren't yours. Like they're just everybody's, and then you have your hands, and then you pick up one and you have to flip the cards and then put it back. Maybe not.
Wait, so the thing I'm trying to worry about is just the principal problem with the real-time thing is like getting it to be preventing it from becoming too chaotic.
Sure.
Right?
That's fair. Yeah. If you just give people cards and stuff, that
right. You could also just like grab from the deck if that's part of the rule, and literally like swatting other people's hands away. But I guess we resolved not to care that much about that. What if everyone has a dice and you have to roll it, and you can keep rolling until you get a certain number, which lets you draw a card. That slows down that process without actually keeping it unfettered generally.
Okay.
Right? And maybe if you get a 6, you can draw a card. If you roll a 1, you have to give a card to someone. Right? But if you get a 2 through 5, then you can just keep rolling or something.
Otherwise, you don't do anything?
Yeah, and you just have to keep rolling, because then that becomes real time. It becomes frantic without you having to swat other people's hands or anything.
Everybody has a die?
I guess so, yeah. And maybe like I guess if we make this like parlor room friendly, it's just 6-sided die, but we could even come with a mechanic where someone has a 4-sided die or something, and then that makes it more likely that something will happen when they roll, because it's top and bottom numbers or whatever. And then there's some mechanic there. Or we can just have everyone you have your own personal die, and you just roll. And most of the game is just you constantly rolling a die. And then just trying to get to be able to do something.
Yeah. Well, then it doesn't feel like you have a lot of control over what you're doing, because the die are determining your choices.
I suppose. Maybe it's just a 6. If you get a 6, then you can do something. Either draw a card or give a card to someone.
Well, yeah. What if it's all draw, but you have to give a card?
Wow. Oh, I see. You draw a card, but now you have more than you can hold, and then you have to give one away.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. So then you'll constantly be receiving cards from people, and then you have too many.
Yeah.
Right?
And then where do we put the discards? Do they just go back to the pile, and then when we have...
Well, I think you just lose them, and then they're out of the game.
Well...
And then when the game is over, then you just see who has the best hand.
That's fair. I'm okay with this, because you get to choose.
And then the idea then is that you build a hand through the course of the game.
Yes.
And then once it's over, whoever has the best hand.
Yes.
So then there's some risk in like, I'm working on a straight here, but it's harder for me to go. If I just do more chances at 2 pair or something, then I'll, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
But I like that, Martha, where it's just drawing is the thing you do, and then you have to give it up.
So how does the drawing work? Do each person draw the card?
I think you probably maybe you start with a hand,
right,
and then you go, and everyone keeps rolling their die, and then if you get a 6, you can draw. And then you have to resolve by giving away a card because now you have too many.
Okay.
And then you can start rolling again.
Oh. Okay. Sure.
And then like the toad can stay anytime. Anyone can just grab the toad at any time.
Yeah. Maybe. Let's try it.
I kind of like the idea of like somebody grabbing the toad and like stopping the game, and it's just like a
I see. And it's just like everyone halts.
Yeah.
What they're doing.
Yeah.
And then if anyone has like just rolled a 6, it's canceled. It's like you just like it doesn't right. Like the game stops and has to start over.
Yeah.
Once whatever that is resolved.
Okay, and then the toad, and then you when you pick up the toad, you ask people for.
Something, either the jokers or if that's still a thing or something. You do something at that point, but there needs to be an equal risk and reward to it, so you can. There's a reason why you would or wouldn't do that. Okay, Martha, you want to try something to run through something real quick?
Yeah, let's try it, and we'll try to describe what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Or we'll just cut this part out of the game.
People can deal with it. Let's stick a die.
Sometimes while we're doing this, I'm forgetting that we're doing a podcast.
We're on a podcast?
We're being recorded.
Yeah. Okay, so let's put the deck of cards here in the center of the table.
Okay.
And then let's just start out with 5 cards each.
Yes.
Right? All right. I've got my 5. And then we'll just start out by simple rules of you keep rolling, and if you get a 6, you can draw, and then you give one to someone. And then once you receive a card, then
you need to deal with that card. Right?
Yeah, because that's then it just becomes really perpetual because you can just keep handing cards back and forth. Let's say you can't give a card to someone who just gave you one.
Okay.
Then we have 3 players here, so that starts to make it the only one person you can give it to. But maybe we'll just do that for now.
Let's try it. Okay, ready, go.
Oh, y'all are faster than me.
Okay, I
got a 6.
I got one too. Ooh, I got a dilemma here. Okay, I'm giving one up. Martha, take this card.
Okay. So now I have to deal with this one. Okay. I like that. Don't like this.
Take this one, I think.
Okay.
Here.
Oh.
And then I guess I can... Martha, take this card.
Okay.
I just gave her the card I just got from Steven.
Can I give you this one too? Does that work? I guess.
Okay. Yes.
All right, I got a 6.
Okay. This one. Did you just give me?
I just gave you a card, so you can't give me one.
Okay.
Okay. So.
But you just.
Okay. Pause real quick.
Yeah.
I just drew a Joker, but we're not dealing with that right now, right?
I've had a Joker.
Okay. We don't have any of that in the rules for that right now.
I thought the Toad gives you the Jokers.
Yeah, but they don't do anything yet.
Oh,
we're still just trying to get the best poker hand.
Don't they end the game if you have them?
Oh, I think thought we were just playing with a limited rule set for now.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't either.
I think let's try it where if you have both of them, you end the game. But then again, now you both know you have them, so you can Toad.
Right. Okay, well, why don't we just, I just drew a Joker. So, if I knew that was happening, I would say grab the Toad.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I don't know that the other Joker's in play.
Right.
Because we still have, a lot of the deck left.
Yes.
But let's just for the case of play, let's just pretend this mattered. I grabbed the Toad and I asked you for the Joker.
Okay.
And then you gave it to me.
Yes.
And now, the thing about... All right, so now I have both Jokers.
Yes.
And I have a hand of 5.
Yes.
And so...
you have to give one up. I think you have to give one
2
back.
up at that point.
Yeah.
So that's the question is it feels to me like you should have 7 cards in your hand. And then you make a hand plus the Jokers is the goal.
Oh.
Right?
Well, I agree with that, but I like the idea that if you have the Jokers, you can end the game quickly, but you're disadvantaged in that you can't.
You can only make hands that have a pair in.
Yes.
Okay.
I really like that.
Okay. So then I don't want the Jokers because I'm not going for a hand like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whereas I might want
so the Jokers are just a premature ending. They're not. Otherwise, the game ends when the things
cards are out. Yes.
Oh, okay. I like that. And then so it just doesn't use a lot unless you really just want the game to be over.
But then there's not much reason to pick up the Toad unless you're trying to end the game early.
Okay, so
I might have used the Toad. So if I did it, I might have used the Toad to pick up your Jokers because I have a pair right now.
Right. So let's say I did that and then I discarded or somehow got rid of the other 2 cards in my hand. Okay. And then I have both Jokers. I declare the game over.
Sure.
And then I say that I have 2 pair because I have a pair plus the Jokers.
I have a pair. Just a pair.
Wait, okay. I don't know if the Jokers should count as a pair.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think they should just be totems and that you should have 7 cards. And but when you have a Joker, now you only have 6 cards to make a hand with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So having the Jokers gives you a bit of a disadvantage because it doesn't do anything to your hand except take up space.
Okay. Sure. And then you just pick whichever. Yeah, okay. It's still disadvantages. Yeah. That's fine.
Okay. Okay, so let's just say that I did end the game with this 5 card hand.
Yep.
And then, so I had 2 pair.
Yep.
And you had a pair.
Yep.
And Martha, what did you have going?
I had this. That's the 6 cards, though. I was getting rid of this one, though.
Okay, so you were working on a straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7.
But you had 2
This
fives.
is a very good. This would have been a very good cribbage hand.
Yeah. So before when I because I was confused about the Jokers.
Yeah.
I had Jack, Queen, King, and then I had the 2 sixes.
Yeah.
And I was sort of playing the odds. I was going to see whatever I drew next, which direction I was going to lean in.
Yeah.
That was my plan anyway.
Gotcha.
Okay, so semi-success there. I like the die rolling as the mechanic.
Yeah, it made it kind of chaotic, but also held you back because you weren't paying attention to whatever people were doing because you were just rolling, and then you're like, oh crap, now I have to deal with this thing. Like it's all reactionary, which I like that.
I do like that too. The passing didn't work for me.
The passing,
because it becomes perpetual. How about if a card is given to me, I then have to discard a card.
Okay.
So when you draw a card, you have to give one to somebody, and then if you receive one, you have to discard a card.
Can it be the card you just got?
It can be.
Okay.
I mean, maybe it can't. What do you think?
I like that. I like that idea that you can discard the card you just got.
Yeah.
But you have to deal with that card, and it slows you down.
Yes.
Yeah. Right, because it does physically prevent you from drawing a card. Like the time pressure matters then.
Okay, let's summarize this so I can write it down.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so...
Okay, so you have 7 cards in a hand. Are we comfortable with that?
We're going to do 7.
We're going to try it.
All right. And then you game starts. You start rolling. When you get a 6.
Oh, hold on.
Okay.
Goal is not to have both jokers anymore. The goal is to have the highest poker hand.
Right.
Okay.
And then so you roll. You get a 6. Draw a card. Then now you have 8 cards, and you have to give one to another player. It can be anybody.
Okay.
We'd have to play test that to see if there's any strategy as to who you give it to.
Sure.
Because you don't really know what other people are working on.
Right.
So maybe it's you have to pass it to the person on your left or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, just anybody. And then if you receive a card, you now have more than you need, and you have to discard one, and then it's out of the game.
Okay.
So that's interesting because then it limits what hands are available to players. And then if you have both jokers, you can end the game.
Yeah.
If you have a really good hand. That's cool.
Okay.
Otherwise,
that works.
Otherwise, the game ends when all the cards are gone.
Yeah.
And that will happen because cards are continually discarded.
Oh, I like that because there's a tension. Because if you try to end the game prematurely, well, I do like this because like if you try to end the game prematurely, then like somebody might have a better hand than you, and you're just holding on to it.
Also, like holding on to the jokers is like it's a good idea if you're like working on a real good hand.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
Or if you're working on like just 3 of a kind and you get a joker early in the game, you could bank on ending the game early because you got a good hand early.
Yes.
Right.
But the toad feels a little off with these because
you're
not I don't know. I'm not consciously trying to keep track of everybody else's cards because it's too hectic for me to.
How about this? If I have one joker and I want to end the game, then I want that second joker.
Right.
So how about if I the grabbing the toad should also happen on a roll of 6.
Okay.
Instead, I will grab the toad and say, "Who has a joker? I want it."
Okay.
And if anybody else has a joker, they have to give it to me.
Okay.
So basically, it's a way to get the second joker. Sure. But if no one has the joker, now everyone knows you have a joker.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So then the next person to draw a joker. So that you don't have to grab the toad if you want to hide the fact that you have a joker.
Okay.
Right. So then the next person, if I do the toad, no one has a joker. It's the go fish basically for everybody.
Yeah.
Then everyone knows I have a joker, and now it's up to me to like finish this game before someone else gets a joker, and maybe that someone else doesn't want to end the game or something.
It feels like generally you don't want to end the game because you have more time to make your hand, right?
Well, no, because how about the way that would be changed a little bit is if you give me a card that you just drew or one from your hand, I can't discard that one.
You cannot discard that card?
Yeah, I have to discard another card, not the one you gave me.
That's
so then
evil.
it would ruin a hand I'm working on.
Yeah.
So that's why I'd want to end it.
Oh, because you wouldn't want someone to come and ruin your...
Oh, sure.
And then that way, that also makes it more of a party game because by the end of the game...
Maybe 0 people have points.
Right. That also might totally ruin the game. Right?
Yeah, because you can't make any decisions.
Because your hand is constantly being ruined. It also means you could pick on somebody by giving them cards all the time.
Well, if
That's
you have 7
true.
cards and you're trying to make a hand of a 5 hand...
Oh, that's true. Then there's always a card to get rid of.
You always have some cards to get rid of.
Okay, I like that then. Also, so then the balance becomes of if you can choose who to give it to because you could be kind of cruel to your little brother that way.
Yeah.
But also, you might give them a card they want, right? It's as good as drawing for the most part.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true.
And they don't have to roll a 6. So
Right.
so it actually might self-balance.
Okay. Okay. So each player starts with 7 cards. The goal is to have the highest poker hand. Roll for 6. If so, draw a card, then pass it to someone. If you're passed a card, you have to discard a card that was not passed to you. Having a joker allows you to pick up the trophy, I guess.
The toad.
The toad.
Right, you can only... what do you think? You can only grab the toad if you have a joker already?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, why would you, right? I mean, could it be that you could just ask for a joker, and like if you roll a 6, and then you're still revealing then that you want one?
Yeah, but then you don't have one. So
right, you're not revealing if you have one or not.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, it makes sense. Only if you have that. Okay.
On a roll of 6. If you pick up the toad, you get to ask other people for a joker.
Yeah, the game stops, and you're like, anyone have a joker? If so, give it to me. This is also probably where the name of the game, we'd like shout it. Like,
Right.
be like, pass them laughs or whatever.
Oh my god.
Okay, and
you have to say ha when you're passing.
Yes, yeah. and when you have both jokers, you have to say ha ha.
yes.
Right? Ha ha, game over.
Yeah, I like it. Yes. It's interesting that we have jokers and then also a toad.
Yeah.
It's not really about Toad anymore.
Yeah, the toad can really you can just announce like when you, but I think grabbing it is a good sign.
Oh
like,
yeah. We need. Yeah, I like having a physicality to it. That's good.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose if you were to actually like put this in a box with props, it would be something Joker related.
Yeah.
Maybe it'd be like a scepter.
Oh, yeah.
Or like a jingle hat or something. I don't know. And then I don't. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah. You have to put the jingle hat on.
Right, and then that's how people know you have a Joker. Right.
Yes.
And then if they roll a 6 and they have the other Joker, then they grab the hat off of you. Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm looking for another. Okay. So each player starts with 7 cards. Goal is to have the highest poker hand. Roll for 6. If so, draw a card and then pass it to someone. If you were passed a card, you have to discard a card that was not passed to you. A card. Having a Joker allows you to pick up the toad on a roll of 6. If you pick up the toad, the game stops. You announce you have a Joker and are looking for another. And someone has to give you it. And if they have it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Then that person draws a card or just gets the card that you hand back to them?
I don't know.
Oh, good question.
Because they're going to have to discard a card because then we have more than 7.
I think if you give up a Joker, then you draw a card. And the person who took the Joker has to discard another card of theirs.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Right? It becomes a draw at that point.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That sounds good to me.
Okay.
Because then you can choose. Because if you draw a card, you get to choose which one you keep too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of it's nicer to the person who just lost their Joker and
Yeah.
probably might lose the game because the person's trying to end it early.
Right. It's almost functionally identical, but like it feels better.
Yeah.
If you get to do the active action. Yeah.
Okay.
Because because also there's a chance you'll have a Joker and don't really need it. You know?
Exactly. So it might be a good thing.
Mhm.
Then you happen to draw the one card that makes it a royal whatever. I don't know poker very well.
But like you could have the Joker and like be hoping for another or whatever, but then you lose the Joker and you're like, whatever. Like now I'll keep working on something else. Should be okay.
Yes. Okay. Okay. If you have 2 Jokers, you can end the game prematurely by saying "haha." Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the thing I'm interested in is what happens if 2 players each have a Joker and they're just both going for 6s.
Oh.
And so whoever rolls 6 first will grab the toad, right? That's kind of curious.
Mm-hmm.
But more likely what will happen is that only one person will have a Joker because the deck is big enough and they'll probably grab the toad before anyone else gets a Joker.
Yeah.
That's more likely what's going to happen. And
Or
the
someone
second
will
Joker,
wait to think like, oh, I should wait till the cards are lower to ask to see if anyone's got a Joker.
That makes sense. There's some statistician work there.
If
where,
Yeah.
like,
discarding cards, can you discard a Joker?
um,
Because then if you discard the card,
it's just gone forever, and then the game can't end. No, because I think that removes options from players. It's interesting because then you don't know if it's possible, right? But I think you can't discard a Joker.
you cannot.
Can you
discard
pass a Joker? Yes.
Yes, you can pass a Joker. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, because otherwise you're stuck
Yeah,
with
you're
it.
stuck with it. Yeah, which that's interesting too.
Maybe that's interesting because then there's an incentive to get the other one so you can end the game with as good as that you can get at that point.
Right? If that's the thing. The Joker's a burden then, right?
Yeah.
If you have the Joker, then you're locked into a strategy now. Right?
Oh, okay.
But there's an advantage there. You have fewer. You'll not only have 6 cards to make a hand with, right? But you want that second Joker. But now it's more important to get that a good hand, and then you decide when the game ends. I guess by when you grab the toad or whatever. I think.
Okay. In a Joker, you cannot discard it. It is yours
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah, you can't discard it or pass it.
The only way you can get another Joker is through Toad.
Right. Yeah, that makes it a real linear process. Like it makes it rather than it just be scrambly.
Okay. I like that because then if you have the Joker, you want to get the toad. And if anyone has the Joker, they want to get the toad so
Right.
they can get rid of their Joker.
Right, and that removes some strategic thinking from the game, but that's probably best for a game like this, right?
If you have the Joker, then you all. I don't remember where I was going with that stuff. With that thought. Dang. Yeah, if you have the Joker, I guess you can roll and then you can draw, or you could go for the Toad. Oh, it's less. There's less of a reason to want to hide the fact that you have a Joker right now.
Yeah, I suppose. Like, what's the disadvantage of Martha? If you have the Joker, why do you not want me to know
that? Because if you get a Joker, you automatically know that you'll grab that Toad and you'll get the other one.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's a crapshoot of like, I don't know if the other ones have it. Maybe it'll just be futile. But why wouldn't you grab the Toad every single time then? Once you have one?
Mm-hmm. Well, because the reason you don't is because you can't draw a card when you roll that 6.
Yeah.
If you just grab the Toad every time, then you'll never be able to draw a new card.
Oh, I see.
But once you have the hand you want, then you grab the Toad every time.
Yeah.
And then it becomes annoying, and that's great.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm fine with that.
Maybe. But remember, once you've revealed that you have the first Joker, then now there's a risk to you, right? Because the next person who draws a Joker, now that if you're the second person who draws a Joker and somebody else has already asked for them, then basically they're going to ask for it again, right?
Yeah.
And so you now have a very limited amount of time to make a good hand.
Right.
Or if you think your hand is great when you draw the Joker, you could end the game because maybe the other you just are like banking the other player also only has 2 pair or something.
Right.
Right.
Or that you want them to grab your Joker.
Right.
Because you want to go for the other strategy.
Yeah.
Because once someone grabs your Joker, you're free to quickly make a hand or whatever.
I suppose, but if someone is trying to go for Jokers, they're trying to end the game early anyways.
It's true.
You probably wouldn't want to give away your Joker in that situation.
I mean, maybe the whole point of it is the Joker's just the time bomb. Once the Jokers are in play, the game is almost over. I mean, that's okay.
Well, because one could be at the top of the deck and the other one could be at the bottom.
Yeah,
you get to control when the Joker or when it ends, right?
Well, only if the other Joker is available.
All right. But I mean, like if you have 2 Jokers, you can say "ha whenever you want.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so you could just extend the game longer until you get your.
Oh, that's a good point. You can get both Jokers and then you can keep going.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that.
Well, let's try it.
Alternately, it could be that you only end the game when you have both Jokers. But for now, let's say you can keep it going and just end it when you say haha.
Yes.
All right, let's give it a go.
Let's do it. How do you play this game again?
All right.
How just
shuffling?
You should do that again so it's clear.
Doesn't sound like shuffling, does it? Just air moving to the microphone.
Yeah.
I have the best hand, y'all.
Oh, man. Okay. Everyone's got a good reach for the deck? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So you take a second to analyze what you're given.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Okay. I swear I shuffled these, but I have a really good hand.
Well, dang. Man, I have
bluffing.
Dang, if only this had elements of bluffing.
Yeah. What's great about having a really good hand is like you do not know if it will last.
Right, yeah.
Okay, ready to go?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
Starting to roll those dice.
Right.
Whoa, wow. First roll is a 6.
Oh, you get all the luck.
I'm giving you a card. Oh, wait, not 2 of them.
That one? All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Dang, you gave me a good card.
No!
Well, I can't discard that one. I'm discarding this one.
Okay.
This is good. I have not rolled a 6 yet. There's really something exciting about it.
Yeah.
Aha.
Oh, I guess the nice thing about passing is you still get to play the game.
Yeah.
And also the rolling.
Yep.
Hey, I got a 6.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, man. Somebody tell me how poker works.
All right. Martha handed me a card. I just discarded one. Ooh, I rolled a 6 finally. Hooray.
Martha,
rolling. Oh, no. Steven's giving me a card.
All right. Steven, take this card.
Okay.
Here, Mark. Here's another one.
Thank you. I can't discard this one.
I do. I was scared. I thought I had 8 cards. Like, oh, no, I'm playing wrong. I have 7.
Ah. What if you no longer want to draw cards?
Oh, that's an interesting question.
Yeah, that is an interesting question.
A bit revealing as well.
Yeah.
All right, Martha, I'm going to hand you this card.
Oh, great. Okay.
So you just revealed that you had something you liked.
Same.
Oh, wait, just a second. Okay, so I have to keep these two.
No, I think. No, I'm interested. Okay, pause real quick.
Yeah.
I just handed Martha a card, and
Yes.
then before she resolved, you handed her a card.
I did.
I guess the real time structure of it would be that Martha could just delay discarding it if that was like you couldn't have received 2 cards. So I think it's probably fair that then she just has to discard 2 other cards, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. All right. Onward.
Right. No.
I just rolled the number of the card I need,
Wait a
and I
minute.
thought I was like, oh, I should draw one, but no, that's not how it works.
Okay.
Here's Steven.
Oh,
Moment of truth.
I will trade.
Thanks.
All right, Steven, take this card.
Oh, crud. Why did I? No. Fine. No. I was doing so well. I thought.
Gosh darn it.
Okay, draw another card here.
Hey, wow. I got a 6.
Okay, I'm doing great here. Martha, take this card.
Oh, I was about to discard. Can't discard. Here you go, Mark.
Okay. Oh, see, now I'm in my first dilemma. I actually do have to get rid of a card I want to keep. That's good. All right.
Ah!
I'll get
Roll
rid
the
of
6.
this one.
Okay.
Gotta remember what.
Martha. Are we
Trade.
Trade.
Gah.
Okay.
Gah. Gah, I say.
All right, Martha, there's a card.
Gah. Gah.
Come on.
Ooh, 2 6s in a row. I'm on fire. Steven, take this card.
No. Oh yeah, discard. Ooh. 6.
I think the principal issue is that there are 52 cards. I
Yeah.
think with like 7 players, it would go a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Like a big
If you have
party
more
group.
players.
Yeah.
Mark here.
Okay, thank you. Ooh, nuts. Okay. Discard that one. Roll the 6. Bring in a card. Martha, gift for you.
No. Everything's being ruined. My beautiful hand.
Okay,
No.
got me another 6. Okay.
Wait.
This not being able to discard the card that
Take
they
that
hand you is like really wrecking my whole strategy.
I have developed, I think, a strategy to counter this.
Ha!
Oh,
Does anyone have a joker?
I do not have a joker.
No.
Okay.
Oh, we know who we're passing cards to. Got a 6.
Here, Mark.
All right, yeah.
Also, you go.
All right, thanks. You guys are both so sorry. Like, this is not hurting me at all. Neither of your cards. I have the same hand I started with.
6. Come on.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. Give me your joker.
Dang. All right, I have to discard one first.
Yes.
There's your joker.
Okay.
You have to yell ha.
Ha.
And then I guess ha, I suppose.
Discard. Ha ha.
All right.
Okay. I got. Oh, you only do 5, right? I got.
Mhm.
What's that? Full house, right? 3 jacks. 3 jacks and 2 10s. Full house.
3 marks and 2 tens.
So I somehow ended up with 6 cards because I accidentally discarded one more than I wanted. But that was fine because I have a straight.
No.
I've got 2 pairs and a 3 pair. It's not a 3 pair. What do you call it when you have 3
You have a
cards?
full house.
You have a full house.
Oh.
Because
Yeah.
you only get your highest 5.
Yeah, you have 3s full of kings.
Oh, my
Or 3 full
highest
of
5?
aces. Yeah.
Oh, wait. But how come? Oh, I see.
It only counts his 5 cards.
Yeah.
straight.
So there. I think I discarded, the last card I discarded was an 8 or maybe it was an ace.
Wow.
So I had, you guys each handed me 2 cards when I called for the toad.
Right.
And one replaced a card I already had, so I just discarded the other one.
Yeah.
One of them was on the other side of the straight, so I still had the same straight with all 7 of my cards, or all 6 of my cards at that point.
So Mark wins.
Well, I don't know. I think a full house is better than a straight. I don't remember. Yes, it is.
Hey!
It's straight, flush, full house, 4 of a kind, straight flush, royal flush.
Okay.
So yeah, Steven, you won.
Hey! Cool.
Nice.
Okay,
so that kind of works.
That was kind of fun, actually.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
A surprise to the whole team. So I think the issue is once I grabbed the toad, I think the game becomes unbalanced at that point. Because then I become really disadvantaged.
Because everybody knows you have
the so really it's my mistake for calling for it right away. I should have just kept going. But the thing is I have the hand I want and a joker.
Yeah.
So then the game becomes boring for me. I just have to wait until it's like.
But if you had got, because if you had the hand you wanted, if one of us had the joker, you would have won.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. So so maybe it is fine.
Yeah. We might want to develop a different scoring system than poker. I mean, this isn't balanced for this, but
well, I mean,
for the time being, it'll do.
Yeah. So the thing is that I was curious because when my opening hand had ace, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh. So I was working on a straight right away.
Yeah.
And I was forgot that the straight isn't actually, it's pretty middling for a poker hand, but whatever. I was working on it. Mm-hmm. And I was curious because I very quickly then had a straight with all my cards. And even as I had to discard them, I just discarded them from either end of the straight.
Right.
And so it had at least 5 cards. Yep. And that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
And there were some moments where it was like, oh no, right? I don't have a 7 card straight. I only have a 5 card straight now.
Yeah.
So that was kind of fun to work on. But I was really curious to see if you guys would also have something that you pretty much nailed right away and kept for the long time.
I had a strategy. I ended up getting 3 jacks and I think I had 3 4s or something at the point. And so I just kept discarding stuff, and then I guess my 4s ended up being 10s. Mm-hmm. But I would just discard one of the 3s that I had, or that spare card that I had, because I didn't have the joker until late. Mm-hmm. If I had the joker, though, that would make it more difficult because the joker is worthless in scoring, and then I would have 6 cards to play around with. Right? So
with our scoring system, we're only counting for top 5 cards, or how does that work?
Because that's what you're saying. Your best hand.
Your best hand.
So it's similar to
I just don't understand poker enough. That's what was happening.
Right. And actually, it's pretty similar to other types of poker where there are 5 shared cards and you have 2 in your hand.
Right.
It's just that we each have 7 cards. So.
Okay, that makes it. Sorry, that was me not understanding that. We should do cribbage hands because I know how to score those. Really.
That might be a better scoring system for this kind of game. Mm-hmm.
Well, that was super fun. I think we have should we iterate more? Or do you think
we could chat a little bit more, but I think we can call it. We have something here.
The only issue I have is Martha had a point where if you don't want to roll, you do not have to.
Right. That's a good point.
So
what would motivate you to not roll if you just have a perfect hand?
If you have a good hand and you don't want to end the game. Yeah, if you have
and you just want to wait it out or something.
I think you have to roll.
You have to.
I think you just have to keep rolling.
Okay. And then that's the part of thing you can't police very well. Someone's kind of slow roll.
Right. I was going to say, yeah. I guess that's okay.
I mean, people will find a way to cheat in every system.
Well, but also if you're not rolling, people are going to notice and they're going to start feeding you cards.
Exactly. Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's probably okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, you can stop rolling, but people will feed you cards, which will probably be worse for you because if you're rolling and you're getting cards, you can always just pass the card you don't want.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing I was thinking of is do you have to keep the card you draw?
No, that's what I think makes it incentivize drawing because you can make it seem like you're like.
Well, I think that's what I mean is that if then you're basically doing the exploit you're talking about, which is just sitting and waiting.
Right, but if people recognize that you're just giving away the same card over and over again, then you have to be clever about it.
It's probably harder to spot. You have to shuffle a little bit or whatever. Yeah. But I think there's something to the fact that if I have a hand I'm happy with, but then I draw a card and then it's now I have to get rid of some. If you have to keep it, then you're always evolving what hand you have, right?
Yeah,
that's kind of interesting.
Mm. Oh, sure.
And then there's a great after game conversation. I had this great hand for so long, and then
I couldn't keep it.
Yeah.
I almost wish you could give people the Joker.
Yeah.
To disadvantage them.
The thing I realized that kind of breaks it is that if I have a Joker, it's actually, and I roll a 6 to call for it, and no one has one.
Yeah.
Then my incentive is not to grab the toad ever again. It's always just to draw a card because it might be the other Joker.
Right.
But instead, I'm if I just grab the toad every time, then one of you had to have drawn the Joker. And so it's just better for me to draw a card.
Oh, yeah.
Instead. So I think that is kind of broken.
What if you roll a 6, and you have the Joker, you can ask for anyone else's Joker or give the Joker to somebody else?
Oh, grabbing toad lets you give the Joker to?
Oh, I guess you could grab the toad to give someone the Joker. But if you don't want the Joker, you can give it to someone.
Mm-hmm.
Then everybody knows they have the Joker, which, I don't know, that seems kind of bad. I don't know. What if it's what if you don't have to pick up the toad and you just give somebody a Joker? Because that's more conspicuous.
Yeah,
people won't notice that as much. If you just like take something from your hand and give it to somebody, it might have looked different.
Oh,
we were announcing our moves because we're on a podcast.
But if you roll a 6, you can just give the Joker away.
Yes.
Why would you do that?
Because you don't want your hand disadvantaged, and you want to disadvantage somebody else's hand.
Okay, so maybe the Jokers are just filler.
Yeah.
And they serve no other purpose than that.
Oh, they don't end the game early?
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. That you just...
We could have more than these Jokers in your... if we made our own deck.
And maybe, so how does the game end then?
The game just ends when all the cards are gone.
Oh. Right? Yeah, I could see that.
And you can still grab the toad.
And they can... Yeah. If you... I mean, we could scrap the toad. That was the starting point anyway. Yeah. But did you have to say ha when you passed it?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You grab the toad and you say ha, and then you give the Joker to someone, and so then everyone knows who has the Joker now, right?
Oh, but there's only the 2 Jokers still.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then the Jokers can't be discarded; they can only be passed.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like I do like the idea of having if there are more Jokers though, then you could.
I mean, if we don't use poker hands, if we come with a different scoring system, it could be that we make a custom deck with like 10 Jokers or something.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Well,
part of what I like about it with poker hands is that it's already a system people know.
I agree with that.
That makes the rules easy.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I think we're getting scope creep in here. I think we should I think we got a working, like it's got flaws, but I think we have a working game the way that we had just played it.
I think so.
I think we should write that down, say that's the first game from our Nice Games Jam. Mm-hmm. And if you want to take it and play test it and come up with something cool with it, just let us know what you come up with.
I like that a lot.
We want to hear from you.
Mm-hmm.
And also let us know how this went. Did you think it was cool? nicegames.club/feedback.
Yeah. Contact at nicegames.club. Give us a message either way. And what do you guys want to call it? Haha?
Haha.
That works?
Yeah, that's good. Haha. What?
Okay, I want to do more of these.
Yeah.
This is a lot of fun.
This is really fun. I forgot we were doing a podcast.
Well, I hope it was interesting for for listeners to hear all our die rolling. Maybe we'll cut a little bit of that out.
Yeah.
But hey, that's our show. If you haven't already, subscribe to Nice Games Club in your favorite podcast app, and be sure to give it a good review if you liked it, or a nice like us. We need to know you're out there, so leave a review and tell all your friends too. And like Martha said, play the game, play test it, and give us feedback. We definitely want to hear from you, either on Twitter at Nice Games Club, via the feedback forum, nicegames.club/feedback, or via email, contact@nicegames.club.
So many avenues.
Really, there's no excuse you guys should be talking to us all the time right now.
And let us know if you have any tweaks that you want to give us too.
Yes, what will be nice is maybe we do a follow-up where we get any feedback and say get some people together, see if let's get 5 or 10 people and see if this holds up with larger player counts, because I think it would be better with larger player counts.
Yeah.
And then get back to us and tell us how it went. All right. Lastly, you can find out more about the show, your nice hosts, and as well as get all the links and show notes from this and other episodes at nicegames.club. So until we start again, remember to
play nice
and make nice.